Today we will be discussing whether you should give your home to your children. This is a question that I am often asked. Generally, the question arises in the context of Medicaid planning. An individual may recall a situation where a parent or other relative went into the nursing home and that relative's house needed to be sold to generate funds to pay for the nursing home services. The individual generally does not want the same situation to happen to his own family, so we have a discussion regarding what can be done to protect this from happening. There are a few things to consider in these types of situations. Regarding Medicaid specifically, first, nursing homes do not actually take your home. They don't send out representatives or employees to put your house up for foreclosure. Instead, what happens is the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services, which is the department that actually pays Medicaid benefits, they will have a lien against your estate after your death, and that lien would have to be satisfied at that time. Second, there is a 5-year look back, meaning that if any significant assets were transferred in the 5 years prior to qualification for Medicaid, your Medicaid benefits could be reduced or eliminated. And finally, keep in mind that Medicaid does not pay for all nursing home services. In other words, not all nursing homes accept Medicaid. So if you do not like the nursing homes in your local community that accept Medicaid payments, you're basically looking at paying for a nursing home of your choosing out of your own pocket or out of your family's back pocket. In addition to Medicaid planning, we usually have a discussion about the avoidance of probate. Unfortunately, avoidance of probate is a highly marketed issue that generally does not result in many benefits for Pennsylvanians. The probate process in Pennsylvania is generally very short and very inexpensive. There are two major dangers I warn clients about when discussing a potential transfer of the house to the children. The first is control and creditor protection. Keep in mind that when you give your house to your children, they are the actual owners and you are essentially tenants. If they do not want you in the home anymore, they could potentially evict you. If they have any creditors who have judgments or liens against them, the house could be sold to satisfy those debts. And also, if those children go through any types of divorce proceedings, the ownership of that house will be subject to that divorce proceeding and could be forced to be sold to satisfy any debts to their now former spouse. And finally, keep in mind the tax consequences. There is a Pennsylvania inheritance tax on the value of any assets that you own upon your death. Transferring the house before your death will help avoid that inheritance tax, but it may end up creating larger income tax consequences for your children when they sell the house. So these tax consequences need to be analyzed before transferring the deed. Of course, every situation is different. I encourage each one of you to discuss this situation with your own legal or tax advisor. I hope that you have found this informative and helpful. Thank you for listening.